Our top story. After a months-long investigation, today slammed Rolling Stone magazine for journalistic failures in its report on a rape claim at UVA. We reached out to some of the folks involved in the story. The report found that the, quote, most consequential decision the magazine made was to accept that their reporter never interviewed any of the alleged victims' friends who were reportedly with her on the night of her alleged attack. Tonight, we're joined by two of the three friends mentioned in this article. UVA students Ryan Duffin, identified by the pseudonym Randall in the magazine article, and Alex Stock, identified as Andrew. Guys, thank you both so much for being here. And so it's really incredible when you see, you two guys, and then you read what Sabrina Erdely wrote about you, which was taken from Jackie, the alleged victim here. And I know you were both friends with her. Let me start with you on this, Ryan Duffin, because you became friends with this woman, and she called you up on the night of the alleged rape. And what did you see when you met her?
Yeah, so she called me up probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock on the night of the alleged attack. And I met her outside of one of the dorms at UVA. The first thing I saw when I saw her was she was sitting on a picnic bench. She was crying. She seemed really emotionally distressed, and it seemed really obvious that she had just gone through something absolutely horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Did she have physical bruises on her, cuts? Was she bleeding?
No, it was all behavioral. She was crying a lot. She was kind of struggling to get words out, but there wasn't really any sort of physical indication either on her body or on her clothes that she had gone through any sort of injury.
Now, what you didn't know is that after the fact, after that incident, I should say, she was talking with Rolling Stone magazine. She was telling them this fantastic tale, which did not match the tale she told you that night. Different number of attackers, different kind of sexual assault, many inconsistencies. And the Rolling Stone magazine journalist, Sabrina Erdely, did ask to speak with you. Jackie told Rolling Stone you said you didn't want to be a part of the, quote, blank show, S show. Did that ever happen? Did you and Jackie ever have that conversation?
No, I was never contacted by Jackie or by any of the other staff at Rolling Stone prior to the publication of the article.
So the first news you had of your participation in this, your friendship with Jackie in this tale, was when you read it in Rolling Stone?
Yeah, that was the first I knew that it was going to be a story.
Unbelievable. Alex, you were there that night too, and you're described in the Rolling Stone article as concerned, allegedly, that her reputation would be shot for the next 4 years. A discussion Sabrina Erdely reported that you had while she stood there mute in her bloody dress. I mean, made you sound pretty callous.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, that's just not true, and I think if Sabrina had reached out to us, to anybody, she would have found out that that's not true. I'm not, and I know it says in the article that my concern was that I wouldn't be involved in Greek life if she reported it, but I have no, I'm not in Greek life. That was not something that was particularly of interest to me anyway.
Alex, do you believe now, I mean, Rolling Stone never contacted either one of you until after its report hit and the Washington Post and others started to uncover problems. Do you believe any of Jackie's story, Alex?
Well, Megan, look, I mean, you see what the police chief said last week, that she, this isn't her first rodeo and that she has made other false accusations or unfounded accusations in the past. So I think it's, very unlikely. Can I say 100%, that absolutely nothing happened that night? No, I can't say that 100%. But, based on sort of her track record and some of the huge inconsistencies, with the perpetrator not even existing, I don't think there's any basis to say that this was likely at all.
Ryan, she seemed to have feelings for you, and some have concluded that this entire thing was a ruse to win your affection, to somehow get attention from you, because she was very focused on you throughout. Do you believe that's why she did this?
I mean, I like to think that it's not. I really am still forced to wonder if maybe she went through something very traumatic at some point in her life that's manifesting itself in this story. Now, whether the actual details of the story itself are true or not, it seems like they're probably not. But I like to think that I like to hope at least that it wasn't a big elaborate ruse designed to, get my attention.
And yet she made up this Haven Monahan. She led you down this weird path of texting with Haven. He didn't exist. She was using a text service. I mean, her duplicitous behavior is well documented in this report. Alex, what do you think should happen to her? Should she be publicly named? And what else, if anything?
Well, I mean, she has been publicly named. Her name was released by some kind of anonymous website. You know, I don't see any point in further shaming her. I think she is pretty much, you know, I know that nobody can track her down. I've even spoken with some friends from her hometown. Nobody knows where she is. I think she's learned her lesson. You know, of course, I think the Rolling Stone absolutely should be held accountable.
You think this reporter should be fired?
Jackie herself, I mean, well, I mean, I think the Rolling Stone puts its reputation seriously at stake for not doing that. I mean, that's their decision, but I think that, you know, the next article she comes out with, it's going to be hard for people to take seriously.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ryan? Do you think that this reporter should lose her job?
I mean, the fact is the article's out now. I think much more than anybody losing jobs or not losing jobs, I really think that it's important that Rolling Stone and other media outlets look at this more as a story of what not to do in reporting so that in future reports they can be more confident that the reports themselves are accurate.
You're cute because let me tell you, we learned this lesson already on the Duke fake rape case, and people didn't pay attention. I mean, some people just didn't pay attention. And, you know, these cases are not an opportunity to bend over backwards to stand up for perceived victims. They're an opportunity for reporters to determine who is and is not a victim according to the facts as they stand. Guys, thanks to the both of you for coming on. We appreciate it.